you for joining us for tonight's bedtime story. If you like this story, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate it. Please enjoy tonight's story. In the quaint town of Sweet Dreams, there was a little bakery known for its magical pastries. This wasn't just any bakery. It was run by a young baker named Elsie, who had inherited it from her grandmother. Elsie learned that the bakery held a secret. Each pastry could influence dreams and solve the problems of the townspeople. One quiet evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Elsie was sorting through her grandmother's old recipe book. It was filled with all sorts of strange and wonderful recipes, each annotated with notes and mysterious symbols. She came across a recipe for starlight macarons that promised clarity and guidance in times of uncertainty. Intrigued, Elsie decided to bake these macarons. She mixed the dough under the soft glow of the moonlight streaming through the bakery window. The recipe called for a pinch of stardust, which her grandmother had left in a tiny, shimmering jar. As Elsie sprinkled the stardust into the mixture, the dough began to glow softly. That night, she placed the freshly baked macarons in the display window, their gentle light casting cozy shadows on the cobblestone street. The next morning, Mr. Jensen, the town's librarian, who had been troubled by a decision he needed to make, bought a macaron. That night, he dreamt of walking through endless rows of books, each guiding him toward the answer he sought. He woke up with a clear mind and a joyful heart, knowing exactly what he needed to do. Word quickly spread about the magical effects of Elsie's pastries. People came with their troubles, big and small. For Anna, a young artist struggling with creative block, Elsie baked inspiration tarts. After enjoying one, Anna dreamt of vivid landscapes and fantastical cities, awakening with fresh ideas for her paintings. As more people visited the bakery, Elsie decided to host a midnight feast where everyone could share their dreams and enjoy her magical pastries. The bakery was filled with laughter and stories as the townspeople gathered under twinkling lights, each sharing how Elsie's creations had helped them. Elsie felt a warm glow in her heart as she looked around at the happy faces. She realized that these pastries did more than just fill the stomach. They filled the soul with joy and hope. Encouraged by the love and support of the town, Elsie continued to explore the ancient recipe book, eager to uncover more of its secrets. Each night, as the town slept, she experimented with new recipes, crafting pastries not just to satiate hunger, but to bring happiness, inspire courage, and mend broken hearts. Elsie knew she was doing exactly what she was meant to do, spreading magic one pastry at a time. And so, the Midnight Baker became a beacon of hope in Sweet Dreams, a place where anyone could find a sweet treat to dream a little dream.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join the adventure and keep the magic of storytelling alive. In the bustling metropolis of Neo City, where towering screens flashed endless digital streams and holographic adverts floated through the air, the charm of paper books had long been forgotten. The world had moved on to instant data feeds, leaving the tactile thrill of turning pages behind. But amidst this digital dominance, there lay a secret treasure, the last physical library, a relic from a bygone era, hidden from the public eye. 12-year-old Mia, with her wild curls and spectacles too big for her face, was a young bibliophile in a world indifferent to her passion, Her friends couldn't understand her fascination with old stories or her longing to touch and smell the pages of a book. Mia's parents, busy with their tech-driven careers, paid little attention to her quaint interests, believing books were obsolete. One rainy afternoon, while wandering the city's old quarter, Mia took shelter in an alley she had never noticed before. Hidden beneath layers of digital billboards was a faintly glowing sign that read, "The Last Library." Her curiosity piqued, Mia pushed through the vine-covered door, her heart pounding with excitement and a touch of fear. Inside, Mia discovered a vast, dimly lit room lined with towering shelves, each crammed with books of all sizes and colors. The air was thick with the musky scent of paper and leather, a stark contrast to the sanitized atmosphere she was used to. As her eyes adjusted to the dim light, Mia noticed that the library wasn't empty. An old librarian, his hair as white as the pages he cherished, peered over his glasses at her with a knowing smile. "Welcome, young reader," he said, his voice a whisper among the silence. "Each book here holds more than just stories, they hold worlds waiting for you to step into them." With the librarian's guidance, Mia picked out a dusty, leather-bound book titled Adventures at High Seas. No sooner had she opened the book than a whirlwind of colors and sounds enveloped her. In the blink of an eye, she found herself standing on the deck of a pirate ship, the salty sea spray on her face and the sound of waves crashing around her. As Mia journeyed through different stories, from enchanted forests where trees whispered secrets, to distant planets with skies of neon green, she learned that the library was created by a guild of ancient storytellers. They infused their books with magic to preserve their stories against the rise of digital amnesia. With each adventure, Mia grew braver and more resourceful. She solved riddles with wizards, outsmarted cunning creatures, and even learned to command the winds in a tale where she flew among the stars. Each story taught her valuable lessons of courage, friendship, and the importance of dreams. Back in the real world, Mia became the library's guardian, guiding other children like herself to the hidden entrance. Together, they formed a secret society of story travelers, each child emboldened by the tales of bravery and adventure. As the years passed, the legend of the Last Library grew, attracting children from all corners of Neo City. The library became a beacon of hope and adventure in a digitized world, reminding all that the magic of a good book can never truly be replaced. Mia's parents, who had once dismissed her love for books, began to see the impact it had on their daughter's life. They started to visit the library with her, rediscovering the joy of reading and the wonders it held. The librarian, who had grown fond of Mia, became a mentor to her and her friends, sharing the secrets of the ancient storytellers. One day, a group of tech-savvy entrepreneurs, who had made their fortunes in the digital world, stumbled upon the Last Library. They were amazed by the magic it held and the impact it had on the children who visited. They decided to support the library, using their resources to restore the building and expand its collection. The Last Library became a symbol of resistance against the all-consuming digital tide. It showed that there was still a place for the tactile, the imaginative, and the beautiful in a world that had forgotten its love for the written word. And Mia, the young bibliophile, remained at the heart of it all, surrounded by the stories and the magic that had changed her life forever.
Tonight's story is The Magic Paintbrush. Once upon a time in a small, quiet village, there lived a young artist named Lily. Lily loved to draw and paint, spending hours each day creating beautiful pictures of animals, landscapes, and imaginary creatures. Her favorite place to paint was under the big oak tree in her backyard, where she felt most inspired. One sunny afternoon, while Lily was painting a picture of a vibrant garden filled with flowers and butterflies, she noticed something glimmering in the grass. Curiously, she picked it up and found it was a paintbrush with a golden handle and bristles that sparkled in the sunlight. Excited by her discovery, Lily decided to use the new brush to finish her painting. As she painted, something magical happened. The flowers she painted began to bloom and sway in the breeze, and the butterflies fluttered off the paper and into the air. Lily gasped in amazement as her drawings came to life before her eyes. She quickly realized that the paintbrush she had found was no ordinary brush. It was a magic paintbrush that brought her art to life. Over the next few days, Lily used the magic paintbrush to create a world filled with friendly creatures and colorful landscapes. She painted a gentle deer who nuzzled her hand, a playful puppy that chased its tail, and a beautiful rainbow that stretched across the sky. The village was soon abuzz with excitement as Lily's magical creations filled the streets, bringing joy and wonder to everyone. However, not everyone in the village was happy about Lily's newfound power. A mischievous character named Max, who was always looking for ways to cause trouble, saw the magic paintbrush as an opportunity to gain power and control. He devised a plan to steal the brush from Lily. One evening, as the sun was setting and Lily was finishing a painting of a sparkling river, Max snuck into her yard and snatched the paintbrush. Lily was heartbroken when she discovered it was gone. She knew she had to get it back before Max could use it for mischief. With determination in her heart, Lily set off to find Max. She followed a trail of footprints that led her to the village square, where she saw Max using the paintbrush to create chaos. He painted fierce dragons and mischievous imps that scared the villagers and caused havoc. Lily knew she had to act quickly. She picked up a plain old paintbrush and dipped it into her paints, hoping that her love for art would be enough to make a difference. She painted a brave knight and a wise owl who came to life and helped her confront Max. "Stop, Max," Lily called out. "You can't use the magic paintbrush for harm. It was meant to bring joy and beauty into the world." Max scoffed, but the knight and owl stood by Lily's side, ready to protect her. Seeing the courage in Lily's eyes, Max hesitated. He realized that his mischief had caused more harm than good, and that the true magic lay in the love and care with which Lily created her art. Reluctantly, Max handed the magic paintbrush back to Lily. She smiled and thanked him, promising to use the brush wisely. With a few strokes, Lily painted away the chaos and restored peace to the village. From that day on, Lily continued to use the magic paintbrush to bring happiness and wonder to her friends and family. She understood the importance of using her gift responsibly and always painted with love and kindness in her heart. And so, the village of Willowbrook was filled with colorful landscapes, friendly creatures, and the joyful creations of Lily, the young artist with the magic paintbrush. And they all lived happily ever after.
In the heart of the whispering woods, a magical forest where the trees whispered secrets to those who would listen, lived two unlikely friends, Oliver the fox and Luna the owl. Oliver, with his fiery red coat and bright amber eyes, was known throughout the forest for his quick thinking and bravery. Luna, with her soft, snowy feathers and piercing blue eyes, was the keeper of ancient knowledge, always ready to guide and support her friends. Their bond was a rare one, forged through countless adventures and a deep mutual respect for one another's strengths and abilities. One peaceful day, Oliver and Luna were playing and exploring the forest. The sun was shining through the leaves, casting dappled light on the forest floor. As they chased each other around a clearing, they noticed something strange. Several of their animal friends were missing, and mysterious tracks led deeper into the forest. The usually vibrant forest felt eerily quiet, and a sense of unease settled over them. Where could everyone have gone? Oliver wondered aloud, sniffing the tracks with curiosity. His nose twitched as he tried to identify the scents mixed with the familiar ones of his friends. Luna fluttered down beside him, her keen eyes scanning the path. "These tracks are fresh. We should follow them and find out what happened," she hooted softly. Her feathers ruffled slightly, sensing that something was amiss. Determined to find their friends, Oliver and Luna set off on an adventure. They followed the tracks through dense underbrush, across babbling brooks, and over moss-covered rocks. The forest seemed to grow darker and more foreboding with each step. Along the way, they encountered various challenges and obstacles. They climbed steep hills, squeezed through narrow gaps, and even waded through a shallow river. The journey was arduous, but their determination never wavered. As they journeyed, they met other woodland creatures who shared their own encounters. A chatty squirrel chattered nervously about seeing shadows in the night, darting from branch to branch as if trying to escape an unseen predator. "I saw something move in the shadows, something big and dark," he squeaked, his eyes wide with fear. Meanwhile, a wise old tortoise warned them of danger ahead. "Beware the dark part of the forest," the tortoise cautioned in a slow, deliberate tone. "A powerful creature lurks there, one that seeks to control the magic of the whispering woods." Oliver and Luna pressed on, undeterred by the warnings. The tracks eventually led them to a dark and foreboding part of the forest, where the trees grew thick and the sunlight barely penetrated. The air was heavy with an oppressive silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. There they came face to face with Shadow, the Black Panther. Shadow, with his sleek black fur and cunning eyes, revealed his plan to use the magic of the Whispering Woods to increase his power. He had captured their friends to force them to reveal the secrets of the forest's magic. Oliver and Luna knew they had to outsmart Shadow to save their friends and protect the forest. Using his quick thinking, Oliver distracted Shadow by darting back and forth, leading the panther on a wild chase. His heart pounded in his chest, but he kept his movements swift and unpredictable. Meanwhile, Luna used her wisdom to find a way to free their friends. She flew silently through the trees, her keen eyes searching for a weakness in the cages that held their friends. "Over here, Luna," Oliver called, his voice urgent but steady. "I found a way to open the cages." He had discovered a hidden lever that, when pulled, would release the locks. Luna swooped down, and together they worked quickly to free their friends. The animals, once freed, expressed their gratitude with hushed whispers and nuzzles, but there was no time to celebrate. With quick thinking and bravery, Oliver and Luna managed to free their friends and escape the dark part of the forest. But they knew Shadow would not give up easily. They needed a plan to protect the Whispering Woods from his schemes. The forest, once a sanctuary, now felt like a battleground, and they knew they had to act swiftly. Seeking guidance, Oliver and Luna went to Elder Willow, the ancient tree spirit who guarded the forest. Elder Willow's bark was gnarled and ancient, and her leaves rustled with wisdom as she spoke. "The magic of the Whispering Woods is ancient and powerful," she said, her voice like the rustling of leaves in a gentle breeze. "To protect it, you must unite the creatures of the forest and harness the magic of the hidden grove." Oliver and Luna set out to gather their friends and allies. They spoke to the animals of the forest, each with its own unique abilities. The beavers used their strong teeth to build barricades, the birds scouted from the skies, and the deer provided swift transportation. Together, they devised a plan to confront Shadow and protect the magic of the forest. As night fell, they gathered in the hidden grove, a place where the magic of the Whispering Woods was strongest. The grove was illuminated by the soft glow of magical fireflies, and the air was filled with a sense of anticipation. Oliver and Luna stood at the center, their hearts filled with determination. The other animals gathered around, their eyes reflecting the flickering light, ready to follow their brave leaders. Shadow arrived, thinking he could easily overpower them. But he was met with the united strength of the forest creatures. Oliver and Luna led the charge, using their bravery and wit to outmaneuver Shadow. The other animals joined in, using their unique abilities to help defeat the panther. The beaver's barricades slowed Shadow down, the bird's aerial attacks disoriented him, and the deer's swift movements kept him on the defensive. With Shadow defeated, peace was restored to the Whispering Woods. The forest creatures celebrated their victory, and Elder Willow thanked Oliver and Luna for their courage and wisdom. The magic of the forest was safe once more. The animals sang songs of joy, their voices harmonizing with the sounds of the forest, creating a symphony of celebration. Oliver and Luna were hailed as heroes, but they knew their adventures were far from over. With the forest safe, they looked forward to more explorations and discoveries. The Whispering Woods held many secrets, and together they were ready to uncover them all. Their bond grew stronger with each challenge they faced, their friendship a beacon of hope and unity for all the forest creatures. One sunny morning, as they rested by the sparkling river, Luna turned to Oliver with a thoughtful look in her eyes. "Oliver, do you ever wonder about the other parts of the forest we haven't explored yet?" she asked, her voice filled with curiosity and excitement. Oliver's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Every day, Luna. Every day," he replied, a smile spreading across his face. And so, with the stars twinkling above and the forest alive with the sounds of night, Oliver and Luna stood side by side, ready for whatever adventures awaited them next. Their journey had just begun, and with each step, they knew they were not just protecting the Whispering Woods, but also discovering the true meaning of friendship, courage, and the magic that binds us all. As they ventured into the unknown, the whispers of the forest accompanied them, a reminder that they were never alone. The magic of the Whispering Woods flowed through them, a testament to the power of unity and the endless possibilities that lay ahead.
The Nighttime Train. In the hush of night, when the stars began to twinkle and the world quieted down, there was a special train that started its journey. Known only to those who truly believed in magic, the Nighttime Train had a very important job. It delivered dreams to children around the world. Jamie, a curious and adventurous boy, had heard whispers of this mysterious train from his grandfather, who told him stories each night about magical places and mystical creatures. Clutching his stuffed bear, Mr. Whiskers, Jamie would listen wide-eyed and wonder where dreams came from. One evening, as the moon cast a silver glow over his room, Jamie couldn't sleep. His mind buzzed with excitement about the stories his grandfather had told him. "What if we could see where dreams are made, Mr. Whiskers?" he whispered to his bear. Mr. Whiskers, a well-worn bear with wise button eyes, seemed to nod in agreement. With a mix of bravery and curiosity, Jamie and Mr. Whiskers tiptoed out of the house. They followed the soft, chugging sound that floated through the night air, a sound that Jamie knew must be the nighttime train. As they neared the tracks at the edge of town, there it was, bathed in a gentle blue light, steam puffing quietly, as if beckoning them closer. The train was unlike any Jamie had seen. Its cars shimmered with a silvery sheen, and each window pane held a moving tapestry of colors and shapes, like dreams dancing behind glass. Jamie found an open door, and with a deep breath, he climbed aboard, Mr. Whiskers clutched tightly in his arms. Inside, the train was even more magnificent. The walls were lined with jars filled with glowing lights, each one fluttering like a tiny star. "These are the dreams, Jamie," a gentle voice said. Startled, Jamie turned to see the conductor, a kind old man with a long silvery beard and twinkling eyes. "Welcome aboard the nighttime train, where dreams are gathered and sent to sleeping children." conductor, seeing the wonder in Jamie's eyes, offered him a tour. Each car had a different theme. One was filled with adventurous dreams of pirates and treasure islands. Another with peaceful dreams of floating clouds and soft melodies. Jamie was amazed at how the dreams were prepared. Small creatures with nimble fingers, which the conductor called dream spinners, wove the dreams together with threads of moonlight and stardust. As they reached the last car, the conductor showed Jamie a large map that glowed softly in the dim light. "This is how we know where to deliver each dream," he explained. The map depicted the entire world, with little lights twinkling on different continents, each light a child waiting for a dream. "Can I help deliver a dream?" Jamie asked, his eyes wide with excitement. The conductor nodded, handing Jamie a small jar. "This one is a dream of flying over the rainbow. It goes to a little girl in Paris." Jamie carefully held the jar as the train slowed over Paris. With a gentle push from the conductor, the jar flew out of the window and up into the night sky, its light trailing behind like a shooting star. As dawn approached, the conductor thanked Jamie and Mr. Whiskers for their help. "It's time for you to go back," he said, as the train pulled into a station bathed in the early morning light. "Remember, the magic of dreams is always there, as long as you believe." Back in his bed, as the first rays of sun peeked through his curtains, Jamie woke up holding Mr. Whiskers. Was it all a dream? He wondered. But there, on his nightstand, was a small jar filled with a glowing light, a gift from the nighttime train. Every night thereafter, Jamie looked forward to sleep, knowing the wonders that awaited in the world of dreams, a world he had once visited on the magical nighttime train.
Tonight's story is The Adventures of Captain Starbeam. In the vast expanse of the galaxy, where stars shimmer like diamonds and planets hold untold mysteries, Captain Starbeam and her brave crew of space explorers embark on thrilling adventures aboard their magnificent ship, the Cosmic Cruiser. Captain Starbeam, a fearless leader with a heart full of courage and a mind brimming with curiosity, leads her team to the farthest corners of the universe, ready to face any challenge that comes their way. Captain Starbeam's crew is as diverse as the galaxy itself. There's Rexo, the brilliant engineer with 6 arms who can fix anything. Zara, the navigator with an impeccable sense of direction and a talent for reading star maps. And Blink, the tiny but mighty robot who can transform into various tools and gadgets. Together, they form an unstoppable team, each member bringing their unique skills and strengths to every mission. One day, as the Cosmic Cruiser glided through the star-studded void, the crew received a distress signal from a distant planet called Lumina. The message was from the Luminarians, a peaceful alien species known for their wisdom and kindness. Dr. Nebula, a notorious villain with a dark heart and a desire for universal domination, had invaded their planet and threatened to steal their most precious resource, the light crystal, a powerful gem that kept their world in balance. Without a moment's hesitation, Captain Starbeam set a course for Lumina. The crew knew that time was of the essence. As they approached the planet, they could see the once glowing surface now shrouded in darkness, with Dr. Nebula's sinister machines scattered across the landscape. Upon landing, the crew was greeted by the Luminarians, who explained that the light crystal was hidden deep within the crystal caverns, a maze of tunnels filled with cosmic puzzles and guarded by ancient protectors. Captain Starbeam and her team, determined to save Lumina, ventured into the caverns. The first challenge they encountered was a series of glowing runes that needed to be activated in the correct sequence to open a passageway. Zara, with her knowledge of ancient languages, deciphered the runes, allowing the crew to proceed. Next, they faced a room filled with levitating platforms and shifting gravity fields. Rexo used his engineering skills to stabilize the platforms, creating a safe path for the team. As they ventured deeper into the caverns, they came across a riddle posed by a guardian spirit. Blink, with his quick thinking and access to a vast database of knowledge, solved the riddle, and the guardian granted them passage to the heart of the caverns. There they found Dr. Nebula, attempting to extract the light crystal from its pedestal. Captain Starbeam confronted him, engaging in a fierce battle of wits and strength. With the help of her crew, she managed to outsmart Dr. Nebula, who fled in his dark ship, vowing to return. The Luminarians, grateful for the crew's bravery and ingenuity, restored the light crystal to its rightful place. As Lumina's surface began to glow once more, the Luminarians gifted Captain Starbeam and her crew with a shard of the light crystal, a symbol of their gratitude and a source of new energy for the cosmic cruiser. Captain Starbeam and her crew continued their journey through the galaxy, ready for whatever adventures lay ahead. They knew that as long as they stood together, they could overcome any obstacle and protect the universe from any threat. And so, under the twinkling stars, the adventures of Captain Starbeam and the crew of the cosmic cruiser continued, filled with courage, friendship, and the unending quest for discovery.
Tonight's story is The Sky Castle. Please enjoy. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the hills, there lived a curious boy named Leo. Leo had always been fascinated by the sky. He would spend hours lying on the grass, watching the clouds drift by and imagining the adventures they held. His constant companion was Chirp, a lively little bird with bright blue feathers and a cheerful song. One day, as Leo and Chirp were exploring the meadow, they noticed something extraordinary. High above them, hidden among the clouds, was a floating castle. Its towers gleamed in the sunlight, and it seemed to shimmer with magic. Leo's eyes widened in wonder. "Chirp, do you see that? We have to find a way to get up there." Chirp chirped excitedly in agreement. Together, they set off to discover the secrets of the Sky Castle. They followed a winding path through the forest, which led them to a hidden glade where an ancient towering tree stood. The tree was so tall that its branches seemed to touch the sky. At the base of the tree, Leo found a ladder woven from golden vines. With a deep breath, Leo began to climb, Chirp fluttering beside him. Up and up they went, until they finally emerged into a world of clouds. There, perched on a fluffy white cloud, was the magnificent Sky Castle. Leo and Chirp walked across a bridge made of rainbows and entered the castle through a grand, sparkling gate. Inside, the castle was even more magical than Leo had imagined. The walls were lined with shelves of glowing books, and enchanted chandeliers hung from the ceiling, casting a warm, welcoming light. As they explored the halls, they came across a room filled with musical instruments that played on their own and paintings that moved and talked. In the heart of the castle, Leo and Chirp discovered a beautiful garden, floating on its own cloud. The garden was filled with flowers of every color, and a gentle breeze carried their sweet scent. In the center of the garden stood a wise old owl named Ollie, who greeted them with a kind smile. "Welcome, young adventurers," Ollie hooted. "You have found the Sky Castle, a place of wonder and magic. Many have tried to unlock its secrets, but only those with pure hearts and a spirit of curiosity can succeed." Leo and Chirp listened intently as Ollie told them about the castle's magic. "The Sky Castle holds the key to understanding the mysteries of the world," Ollie explained. "But to unlock its full potential, you must find 3 enchanted feathers hidden throughout the castle. Each feather represents a different element: courage, wisdom, and friendship." Determined to unlock the castle's magic, Leo and Chirp set off on their quest. They found the first feather in the library, hidden inside a book of ancient tales. The second feather was tucked away in the music room, beneath the keys of a grand piano. The final feather was discovered in the garden, nestled among the petals of a golden rose. With all 3 feathers in hand, Leo and Chirp returned to Ollie. The wise old owl guided them to a hidden chamber deep within the castle, where a magnificent crystal stood. "Place the feathers here," Ollie instructed. As Leo placed the feathers on the crystal, a brilliant light filled the room. The crystal began to glow, and the castle around them shimmered with newfound energy. "You have unlocked the magic of the Sky Castle," Ollie said. "Now, you can use its power to bring joy and wonder to the world below." Leo and Chirp thanked Ollie and bid farewell to the Sky Castle. They descended the golden ladder and returned to their village, where they shared the magic of the castle with their friends and family. From that day on, the village was filled with laughter, adventure, and the beauty of the enchanted world above. And so Leo and Chirp continued to explore, always looking to the sky and dreaming of the next great adventure. They knew that with courage, wisdom, and friendship, anything was possible.
Thank you for joining us for this enchanting tale. We're dedicated to bringing you delightful stories like this one, and your support means the world to us. If you enjoyed this journey, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. We truly appreciate your support. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this bedtime story.
In the quaint village of Blossomdale, tucked away among rolling hills and vibrant meadows, stood the meticulously tended garden of Mrs. Figgleton. It was a local wonder, renowned not just for its splendid array of flowers, but also for its collection of whimsical garden gnomes. Each gnome, painted in bright colors and frozen in merry poses, added a touch of magic to the garden. However, one mystical night under the luminescent glow of a full moon, something extraordinary happened. For gnomes named Gibbs, Mipsy, Tuck, and Lilac awakened to life with a spark of adventure igniting their clay hearts. Overwhelmed with a newfound consciousness and a yearning to explore beyond the garden's confines, they carefully maneuvered past the slumbering cat, Muffins, who lay curled up by the garden shed. They whispered excitedly among themselves as they made their way through the towering blades of grass and past the garden's rusted gate, which led them to the mysterious woods at the edge of Blossomdale. The woods were a labyrinth of beauty and mystery, alive with the whispers of ancient trees and the soft glow of bioluminescent flora. The gnomes, wide-eyed with wonder, were soon greeted by Horatio, the wise old owl, who perched majestically on an ancient oak. With a deep and thoughtful gaze, Horatio offered both a welcome and a word of caution about the forest's playful inhabitants, the sprites, known for their fondness of mischief and illusions. Undeterred, the gnomes ventured deeper into the forest. They soon found themselves amidst a flurry of riddles and magical pranks cast by the giggling sprites. It was Lilac, with her quick wit and vivid imagination, who suggested they tune into the sprites' laughter instead of their tricks. This approach transformed their ordeal into a delightful game of wit and humor, allowing them to navigate through the enchanted fog and reflective mazes set by the sprites. Their cleverness and light-hearted nature eventually won over the sprites, who, with a burst of laughter, revealed the path deeper into the forest's heart. Deeper still, in a clearing illuminated by moonlight, stood an ancient tree known as the elderwood, its branches heavy with shimmering golden fruits. Here, they were warmly met by Aldwin, a tortoise so old his shell was covered with layers of moss and colorful fungi. Aldwin, the guardian of the elderwood, was moved by the gnomes' tales of their garden and their quest for discovery. Recognizing their brave hearts and pure intentions, he offered each of them one of the tree's golden fruits, which he promised would grant them the courage to explore far and wide. With the first light of dawn threatening their nocturnal adventure, the gnomes thanked Aldwin and made their way back to the garden, their spirits high and their minds filled with unforgettable memories. They arrived just as the sun's first rays spilled over the horizon, bathing the garden in a golden light that seemed to reflect off their own gleaming eyes. Mrs. Figleton, stepping outside to enjoy her morning tea, noticed an unusual sparkle in her beloved gnomes. Though she chalked it up to the morning dew, the gnomes, now resting back in their usual spots, shared secret smiles, their hearts filled with joy and anticipation for the next new moon. From that night on, every full moon brought a new adventure for Gibbs, Mipsy, Tuck, and Lilac as they explored new realms and encountered more creatures of the night, each adventure emboldened by the magic of the golden fruits and their undying spirit of adventure.
Thank you for joining us for this enchanting tale. We're dedicated to bringing you delightful stories like this one, and your support means the world to us. If you enjoyed this journey, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. We truly appreciate your support. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this bedtime story.
Tonight's story is The Galactic Quest. If you like this story, please subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you and enjoy tonight's bedtime story. One clear night, Leo and Chirp were lying on the soft grass of the meadow, gazing at the twinkling stars above. Leo's mind was filled with wonder about the vastness of space. Suddenly, a bright beam of light shot across the sky and landed near them. Chirp chirped excitedly as they approached the light source, revealing a small, high-tech device. As Leo picked it up, a holographic message appeared. "Greetings, young adventurers. I am Captain Starbeam, and I need your help. Join us on the cosmic cruiser to find the legendary star crystal and save our galaxy. If you accept this quest, press the button." Leo's eyes widened in excitement. "Chirp, this is it. A real space adventure." Chirp chirped in agreement. Without hesitation, Leo pressed the button. In an instant, they were enveloped in a beam of light and transported to the cosmic cruiser. Leo and Chirp found themselves aboard the cosmic cruiser, a sleek and futuristic spaceship filled with advanced gadgets and glowing panels. They were greeted by Captain Starbeam, a confident leader with short silver hair and sharp blue eyes. Beside her stood Rexo, a brilliant engineer with 6 muscular arms and a rugged look. Zara, an elegant navigator with nebula-colored hair, and Blink, a cheerful multifunctional robot. "Welcome aboard, Leo and Chirp," Captain Starbeam said warmly. "We are on a quest to find the star crystal, a legendary gem that can restore balance to our galaxy. But we need your help to succeed." Leo nodded eagerly. "We're ready for the adventure." The cosmic cruiser soared through the galaxy, visiting various planets, each with unique landscapes and challenges. Their first stop was planet Luminara, a world of glowing crystals and luminescent plants. As they explored, they faced a series of puzzles and riddles, guarding the clues to the star crystal's location. With teamwork and clever thinking, they solved the puzzles and uncovered the first clue, a map fragment showing the way to the next planet. Their next destination was planet Glacius, an icy world covered in snow and frozen lakes. Here, they encountered friendly alien species who needed their help to overcome a blizzard threatening their village. Leo, Chirp, and the crew worked together to build shelters and gather supplies, earning the gratitude of the aliens and the second clue. The crew then traveled to planet Verdantis, a lush jungle world teeming with exotic wildlife and towering trees. They met a wise old alien named Elder Yara, who guided them through the dense forest. Along the way, they faced various challenges, including crossing a treacherous river and navigating through a maze of vines. With courage and perseverance, they found the third clue hidden in a sacred temple. The final clue led them to planet Etheria, a mystical world floating in the clouds. They landed on a floating island and were greeted by ethereal beings who guarded the entrance to the star crystal's chamber. To gain access, they had to prove their worth by passing a series of trials testing their courage, wisdom, and friendship. Leo and Chirp, along with Captain Starbeam and her crew, faced each trial with determination. They solved ancient riddles, overcame physical challenges, and demonstrated their unbreakable bond of friendship. Having passed the trials, they were granted access to the chamber where the star crystal lay. The crystal glowed with a radiant light, filling the room with a sense of awe and wonder. As Leo reached out to touch it, the crystal began to hum with energy. Captain Starbeam smiled. "You have done it, Leo and Chirp. The star crystal's power will now restore balance to our galaxy." With the star crystals safely aboard the cosmic cruiser, they returned to their home planet. Leo and Chirp bid farewell to their new friends, promising to meet again for more adventures. As they descended back to their village, they felt a sense of accomplishment and excitement for the future. Leo and Chirp shared their incredible journey with their friends and family, filling the village with stories of distant planets, friendly aliens, and the magical star crystal. From that day on, the village was filled with even more laughter, adventure, and the beauty of the galaxy above. And so, Leo and Chirp continued to explore, always looking to the stars and dreaming of the next great adventure. They knew that with courage, wisdom, and friendship, anything was possible.
Tonight's bedtime story will be The Starlight Pendant. In the enchanting village of Starhaven, nestled between rolling hills and star-kissed meadows, magic wasn't just a part of history, it was the heartbeat of everyday life. Here, the villagers prepared with great anticipation for the Starfall Festival, a night filled with wonder when the mystical Starlight Pendant, a relic believed to be forged from the heart of a fallen star, would choose its new keeper. Lila, a spirited and imaginative young girl, lived on the outskirts of Starhaven. With her vibrant green eyes and hair as dark as the starry night, she was known for her boundless curiosity and a heart as wide as the sky. Lila spent her days roaming the meadows and her evenings under the tutelage of her grandmother, Ada, a former keeper of the pendant and a wellspring of the village's lore. As the festival commenced, the village square thrummed with excitement. Colorful lanterns floated up into the twilight, casting a warm glow over the faces of Starhaven's residents. Elder Nora, the village's revered elder and the current keeper of the pendant, stood ready to present the glowing relic to the villagers gathered in the moonlit square. Amidst the revelry, the pendant vanished in a flash of light, leaving behind a trail of sparkles that faded into the night. Surprisingly, Lila's usually quiet cat, Milo, spoke in urgent tones, revealing his magical origin as a star turned into a feline guardian by the pendant's enchantment years ago. He implored Lila to follow him to save the pendant from falling into the wrong hands. Lila, guided by Milo, embarked on a wondrous journey through the enchanted woods surrounding Starhaven. Their path was fraught with challenges that tested Lila's wit and courage. She freed a fairy caught in a spider's web, earning a sprinkle of fairy dust that made her steps lighter. She answered riddles from a wise old tree whose branches pointed the way forward. And she befriended a shy unicorn who carried her across a mystic river that whispered secrets of the old world. The duo soon learned that the Shadow Fox, a creature shrouded in village myths as a trickster, was actually the pendant's protector, guarding it against those who sought its power for greed. The fox revealed that unscrupulous merchants had planned to capture the pendant to sell it at the black market. Together with the Shadow Fox, Lila hatched a plan to retrieve the pendant. They ventured back to the village under the cloak of darkness and outwitted the merchants with a clever distraction created by the magical creatures of the forest. As they secured the pendant, Lila's bravery and spirit of adventure shone brightly, reflecting the true essence of the Starlight Pendant. When they returned to the festival with the pendant safely in tow, Elder Nora and the villagers celebrated Lila's courage and wisdom. The pendant, responding to the purity of her heart and her brave deeds, chose Lila as its new keeper. As it settled around her neck, it glowed warmly, sealing her new bond with the magic of Starhaven. The festival ended in jubilation, with songs, dances, and stories shared around fires that burned brightly into the night. Lila's adventures had rekindled a sense of wonder and belief in magic among the villagers. With Milo by her side and the wisdom of Elder Nora to guide her, Lila embraced her role as the guardian of the pendant. She vowed to explore the deeper magics and protect the enchanted realms that were now under her care. From that night on, Lila's life was filled with both responsibilities and adventures. She learned to harness the powers of the pendant, speaking with the stars and calling on the creatures of the forest for guidance. Her grandmother, Ada, proud of her granddaughter's growth, passed down secrets of the pendant that had been kept for generations. As Lila gazed out of her window each night, the pendant around her neck softly glowing, she knew her story was just one of many yet to unfold under the watchful eyes of the stars. For in Starhaven, every heart carried a spark of the cosmos, ready to ignite with the right touch of magic.